Grow a Garden in Roblox has a game-breaking bug, but we may have found a workaround. And for those of you suffering from this bug, I have something you may be able to try to fix things, but it might cost you. And let me explain. But before I explain, could you please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if this information is useful to you? Because all I want to do is bring you guys useful information on Grow a Garden in Roblox. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So yesterday, I made a handful of videos. The first video was this one right here, where I explained how to grow a 10 trillion shekel dino shroom that breaks Grow a Garden. In that video, I explained how to use blood hedgehogs to make an astronomically massive dino shroom. If that's interesting to you, go ahead and check it out once you're done listening to this. And as you can see, it made a dino shroom that stretched all the way up into the stratosphere. And behind me, in my alt's garden, is said dino shroom. As you can see, it's so big, it broke halfway. But then we encountered a game-breaking bug. And I explained that bug in this video right here. I found a game-breaking bug in Grow a Garden. And no, the bug wasn't the fact that the raccoons couldn't actually bring me the fruits because they were so big. If they tried, they would push me off the map. Though the simple workaround of that particular problem is to sit in a chair or bench and the raccoons will bring you the fruits no problem. No, the game-breaking bug was that the fruits, when they got into your hand, became exceptionally small. And when you went to sell them, they weren't worth what they were supposed to be worth. They were worth a fraction of it. But today I'm going to explain to you how you can work around that and still have massive fruits worth tons of shekels. For example, I can go in here and grab my fruit. That's not my fruit. Come here, fruit. I can come in here and grab my fruit and demonstrate to you. Now you're inside the fruit. Let me zoom out for you. You can still have your massive dino shrooms. And switching to my alt, if we look into the sky, you can see, yep, it is the broken dino shroom. It is there. How did we work around this problem? I will tell you the workaround, and you might not like it at first, but it is, as of right now, before Jandal fixes the problem, the only way. And this works for sure for the dino shroom. It may even work for other fruits that have the similar bug where you lose value as soon as you pick them. Let me show you. There were a lot of people in the comments of my video giving me ideas, and we were discussing back and forth, and more than one person said this, but the most recent person to say this was this gentleman right here, Chanderson Miranda, who said if your dino shroom has 8 mutations, it will shrink and its value will decrease. If it has 7 mutations, it will not shrink and the value will remain the same. Immediately, I responded by saying I am going to try this. And last night, I let my raccoons bring me a dino shroom that was actually much cheaper than before. And sure enough, it was at full size and it was selling for full value. So here's what we have to do step by step. The most important thing you have to do is you have to get a cleaning spray. Cleaning sprays are sold in the gear shop and they're always in the gear shop. They're never not in stock. Scroll on down towards the bottom and boom, right here, you see a cleaning spray cleans mutations off of fruit. Sadly, once you have your cleaning spray, you have to clean almost all the mutations off of your massive fruit. I know, you're really worried about doing this, but listen to me, this is the only way to make your giant fruit that you spent so much time on actually work. And not everything is lost. When you use a cleaning spray, if you have gold, it will stay. If you have rainbow, it will stay. From there, you have to choose only the most valuable mutations and keep them to a minimum. As you can see right now, I have 3 mutations: Rainbow Shocked and Dawnbound. Shocked from the spray, Dawnbound from my Ascended pet. And with those 3, it is clearly worth 4.5 trillion shekels. Now, you may be wondering, is it a number of mutation issue or is it an amount of shekels issue? Because some people were worried that Jandal was purposely putting a limiter on certain fruits, preventing them from getting to a certain value to slow down the economy. So right now, I'm about to test whether I am able to properly raccoon this fruit. In my previous example on the video I made last night, my quick recording, the fruit was only valued at 1 point something trillion. Now we are at 4.5 trillion. And with my raccoons only minutes away from retrieving it, in this video, we're going to retrieve these more expensive ones to test whether it is a shekel problem or simply a number of mutation problem. To jump ahead and save you some time, if it is simply a number of mutation problem, which mutations should you allow on your massive fruit and which ones should you avoid? So my dino shroom was roughly 362 kilograms and has rainbow. And on it, I have 2 mutations. I have shocked, which immediately put it at 1.8, and Dawnbound, which put it at the roughly 4.5. Personally, looking at this list, pretty much anything above this line I'm not interested in because they're just not worth it. Times 70 is decent, times 50 is decent, but if you're limited in the number of mutations you can have on a massive fruit to still maintain value, I would keep the number down. I would accept sun-dried because then you can add verdant to it. And with verdant, these two together will equal paradisal, which is nice, times 100. But aside from that, you're basically looking for most important ones. Oh, hold on. I also have disco on mine. Disco. No, I don't have disco. I forgot my bees haven't applied it yet. So make sure you stay beneath this line with your mutations. Go ahead and get disco from a disco bee. And then after that, maybe try and get a sun-dried mutation so you can go ahead and get paradisal. Maybe try and get an aurora or wait for an event Saturday, which happens every Saturday, to try and get some of these more expensive event mutations. So let's say the limit is 7 mutations. If you go to 8, it breaks. At 7, you're okay. If I was going to make my thing 7 mutations, we have Rainbow for 1, Shocked for 2, Dawnbound for 3, Disco for 4. I can add 3 more safely. Logically, you would want to specifically target the 3 most expensive mutations left, which are Void Touched, Meteoric, and Galactic, putting you at a 13 trillion horned Dino Shroom. Ultimately, you want to keep the number of mutations low, but keep the value high. Oh, looks like my disco bees are going to do their disco thing. Please apply disco. Once the disco bees are done trying to apply their disco effect, we will be able to send out the raccoons and really test the value part. I'm pretty sure it's not financial value. I'm pretty sure it's number of mutations being the limiting factor, but I want to give people peace of mind, worried that Jandal is trying to keep values low. I don't think that's the case. I'm going to try and prove it in this video. I also like how the disco bees are awesome and the mimic octopus is like the disco bee you have at home. All right, we have 2 attempts of disco. The first attempt, come on, put it on there. Ah, it failed. All right, now we have our second attempt at disco. Do we get it? Nope, it failed. In that case, it is almost raccoon time. We have a 4.5 trillion shekel fruit about to be tested. Let me acquire my position, get into my lovely chair, and now we play the waiting game. All right, the raccoons are beginning their journey. They are going out to acquire this massive thing. When last I tested it, we had it worth roughly 1.8 trillion. Now we're testing it at 4.5 trillion. And now the raccoons are pooping on my head, taking a good dump, taking their sweet time. There we go. We have all 7 of the fruits, checking the size. Wow. Okay. Yep. The size is good. And then we're going to sell this one directly to him. And yep, it's worth full value. So far I'm at 4.5 trillion and I'm still able to sell them. So far, keep your mutations low on your massive fruits, and that seems to be the workaround until Jandal fixes the problem. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found this video valuable. If you did, hit subscribe, and as always guys, thank you very much for watching.